Hey YouTubers, this is Richard of GK's Apprentice back with you for this week's deck profile. Before we get right into it, I want to address an issue. I finally got some criticism on a deck build last week, and it wasn't exactly constructive criticism. The criticism was that I am, quote, dumb for not using Pot of Duality, and the reason I don't play Pot of Duality in this deck is because I don't like it. I don't like Pot of Duality, and if I wanted to play it, I would. I have 3 of them, but I don't like it in my build because I special summon a lot in this deck, and I'm willing to give up drawing to one of 3 cards that my opponent knows what's in my hand so they can mind crush it. I'd rather use Magical Dimension and Wonder Wand in lieu of those Pots of Duality to be a more destructive special summoning force. It's called player preference. And the second you let somebody tell you what can and does work in a deck and what definitely can't and does not work in a deck, creativity in this game goes out the window, and that is not what I am about. So with that in mind, I'm going to show you my own Gravekeeper's Deck Profile, a deck that I've built myself and have been twerking and tweaking for the last 2 years. So let's get right into it, guys. Still running 3 Commandant, 3 Spies, 3 Recruiters. I'm running 2 Descendant still. I'm also running 2 Heretic. And changes this week in the monster lineup, I added a second Assailant to the main deck and keeping it at 1 Shaman and removed the Visionary. I liked what he was doing. I didn't like it enough to leave him in anymore. The fact is, he was starting to hinder my rank 4 plays, and I did not like that. So I decided to go ahead and remove the Visionary. And so I'm going into spells now, still using 3 of my Necro Valley and 2 of the Gravekeeper Stela, as well as sticking with 2 Magical Dimensions. And if you guys have been play testing with these, you know that they are just amazing in this deck. Still using 2 Mystical Space Typhoons, and ending my main deck spell lineup with 1 Wonder Wand and 1 Book of Moon. I use the Wonder Wand for its attack boost. I like to equip it to my Recruiter, and then I like to use my Wonder Wand's effect to send both the Recruiter and the Wonder Wand to the graveyard to draw 2 cards and get my Recruiter's effect off. And so that's 3 cards for 2 card usage, and I might be able to sink in 2200 direct damage or kill a monster elsewise with Recruiter's boosted attack or any other Gravekeeper that I might feel the need to equip a Wonder Wand to and use it for draw power in the end. Going in my traps now, bumped it back up to 3 Imperial Tombs of the Necro Valley. The reason why I had room to do that was because I took out Magician's Circle, added a Wiretap, are still sticking with the 1 Wiretap. I like it a lot. It's been pretty useful, but traps aren't as popular anymore this format. I'm trying to think about moving this down to a breakthrough skill, possibly. Got 2 Rites of Spirit. Special summons Gravekeeper monsters from my graveyard. Wouldn't want to give up my Rite of Spirits if I wanted to add in Pots of Duality, so that's another reason why. 2 Fiendish Chains. And then one-offs, or close to them. I have 1 Mirror Force, 1 Black Horn of Heaven, and 1 Starlight Road. Starlight Road has saved me from Excaton's effect now several times, and I've purposely run into Mirror Forces with Starlight Road set. It's just great once you learn how to play with it. And then, of course, Bottomless Trap Hole, Solemn Warning, Torrential Tribute, and Compulsory Evacuation Device to end the main deck at 42 cards still. It's just a number that I'm very comfortable with, and I know these cards so well that I'm not scared to use 42 cards. Going into my extra deck, it's going to be 1 Stardust Dragon, 1 Cyber End Dragon. Rank 3, I have Leviair the Sea Dragon. Rank 4s, Diamond Direwolf, 2 of the Master Key Beetles, 1 number 60, or 1 number 50 rather, Black Ship of Corn, 1 Photon Papler Operative, 1 Evil Swarm Nightmare, 1 number 85 Crazy Box for things like Skill Drain and Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. 1 Gaga Cowboy, still wanting to bump that up to 2. The fact is, I just don't have a second one right now, so I'm sticking with 1 number 39 Utopia. 1 Maystroke, the Symphony Djinn. 1 Wind Up Zen Meister. And 1 number 101 Silent Honor Arc. Silent Honor Arc is really great. Plans for my extra deck, I think I should shed light. I'm thinking about moving up to a number 69 Heraldry Crest, but haven't made the purchase yet. I know it's a really cheap card, so we'll get there soon. Getting into the side deck, not a lot of changes this week, but there are some. Going with 2 copies of Skill Drain still. Added back a Dimension Slice to my side deck because I am special summoning so much. 1 Light Imprisoning Mirror. 1 Curse Seal, the Forbidden Spell, which I actually used in locals this week to completely shut down Dark World. He could not get Gates of the Dark World on the field, and when I put Shaman on board, he was kind of stumped. And just because of a pretty lucky trap lineup, I got Malefic Cyber Dragon in my hand, and I was able to beat him in 3 turns in the game. It was a really awesome match. I ended up winning 2-1. I lost the first game and ended up winning games 2 and 3. Overworked. Dark Bribe. Royal Tribute. Dark Hole. And then sided monsters are going to be a 2nd Gravekeeper Shaman. 1 Gravekeeper's Oracle for things like Girgia and baby raccoons that set a lot of monsters. Fossil Thunder King Ryo. And of course, the Malefic Cyber Dragon and the Malefic Stardust Dragon. I've been loving siding in both copies of Skill Drain against appropriate opponents, along with Malefic Cyber Dragon and Malefic Stardust Dragon. It's just overwhelming. And like I hypothesized when I first introduced them back into the side deck, it has been a lot of fun flipping Skill Drain to keep Malefic Cyber on board and then attacking for a smooth 6,000 points plus on my next turn. It's just been great, and I encourage you guys to try it. Please do keep the criticisms coming, or the comments or tips or suggestions that you have for this deck build. I love to read them, even the poor ones. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you did like this video, go ahead and consider subscribing to the channel, because I put up weekly Gravekeeper Deck Profiles. Usually they're pretty unique. And I have been also starting to incorporate some strategy discussion and duel videos into the channel also, guys. So once again, if you guys are interested in the Gravekeeper archetype, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. This is Richard, signing out. Good luck at locals this week, guys.